Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster walkthrough. So this one, let's see here. Oh yes, okay. We are starting out prior to the Esper cave. The last video there we took care of some of the Themasia stuff. And unfortunately, had to gain some levels there in the Flame Eater fight, or as a result of the Flame Eater fight. But that is just the way it goes. Unfortunately, things have been changed a little bit. And I do still, and this is going to look a little bit odd, right? My recommendation still actually is to gain those levels with, or take all of that experience with Locke. And so, my guess, I'm not even going to bother doing the math with it, but I assume he would take a full 3 levels because of that. And so he would actually, probably be at 8, again, if we kind of followed more of my recommendations. But Terra would still be 5, Strago would still be 7. And so, again, in mostly that is due to the fact that I actually, I like to steal, and I would rather steal, from the Imperial Air Force. And, taking a few extra levels there with Locke instead of kind of spreading that experience out among the other 2, again, will probably result in, my guess is, a level 8 Locke. And that's also if you haven't gained any experience anywhere else, right? So, that's my recommendation. This way is, it worked out just fine. It just meant that my Locke was only 11 when I did the Imperial Air Force. If you take all of the experience on Locke and gain those levels there, you can actually bring Locke all the way to 12 for Imperial Air Force. And again, reason for that all is that, we can't go above that, right? And that's also assuming that you've been following this kind of to a T and your levels are the same as mine. The problem is if you go any higher than that, that's going to screw up Shadow's level up on the floating continent. So, all right, so here is the little discussion about the warring triad. These are these little, I guess, I don't know, like golden statue things are supposed to be miniature versions, I guess, of the warring triad. And Strago kind of tells us a little bit about what that is. And yeah, so very important for the the warring triad to their powers kind of held the others in check, right? And so that kind of is a bit of a I don't know about foreshadowing, but there's some issues with that pop up a little bit later. So here I'm just equipping now. Strago has the Gale Hairpin. I just wanted to get into more preemptive fights. I actually really like that relic. From a like battle standpoint, it's not. Obviously, the option would be, you can either go something like that or you can do like earrings, right? And yeah, that would make Strago more powerful. But for one thing, I'm not really fighting right now, so that's not really going to do me any good. And then on top of that, I actually want to avoid battles, so I've got the ward bangle equipped still as well. I'm not sure. This probably Terra has it, but I wanted to try to get through the cave and. By the way, I did make it all the way here, if you noticed, without getting into any random encounters whatsoever. So that ward bangle does do a little bit of work. I mentioned this in the previous video, though, as well. The forest outside of this cave, I avoid that at all costs. There's a couple of encounters there that are really not something that I want to get. And again, I explained that in the last video there. I want to try to make it through the floating continent by only getting into either the dragon formation or the double ninja, the 2 ninjas. And then again, the reason for that is I want to steal Genji gloves, and I would rather steal on the veldt, right? Because that way, if I don't steal or I don't have a successful steal, I can just reset my game, boom, get into the next battle, and it's the dragon again. So it just really, really speeds up the process. It's a little bit of work, obviously, because we have to make it through the floating continent essentially by only getting into, either of those 2 fights. But I think I liked the payoff, and I did think it was worth it. So All right. Anyways, here is Ultros is back once again to ruin our day. Nope. I was gonna say this is the last battle with him, but it is not. So what is this? Okay. So there's the river, the opera house. Wait, is that the only 2 Ultros battles so far? Huh. Yeah, I guess so. I think this is the 3rd one. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So preparation for this battle as well. Wall rings, probably a must if you don't have flame shields. Flame shields change this, and you don't need you don't. Well, I should say you don't have to use wall rings. I think you still should, because he's gonna start slinging really powerful fire spells, and the good thing actually is that the wall rings will reflect those, and he's, you know, stupid, and you know, we'll just keep sending them your way, and he'll reflect them, or we will reflect them, and he'll take a bunch of damage, and that's the other great thing about all of this is that, you know, him casting such high level magic spells is actually a good thing for us, right, with those reflect rings, because while sure we could just absorb them, I would rather, you know, put the damage on him, because obviously we don't have that much health in the first place, so it's going to be a lot better for us to, you know, just reflect that damage. Here I'm doing some work with Terra. Also, though, you have to be careful if you're not bouncing the spells off your own characters, which you should be doing, and I should have been doing here, but I made the mistake of well, it ended up being okay, but I almost nuked myself. But actually, no, I don't know if that's the case. He doesn't reflect. I know at one point he says, you know, use elemental spells at your own. There it is. Ultros alters his body's composition. Use elemental attacks at your own risk. You know what? I need to check on something here. Okay, so I think what I was I guess I confused myself about is that after you've I guess attacked him for a certain amount of time, that he alters his body composition. I don't know why. For some reason, I was thinking that he, you know, starts reflecting, but that's not the case. It's more just that he responds to your elemental attacks with elemental attacks. So, and honestly, it's a good thing, right? Again, as long as you've got wall rings on. If you don't, he's going to, you know, be nuking you with higher level magic spells. So again, I think it's almost a must, especially for our style of playthrough to have those wall rings. Now, I guess also, you know, I do have those flame shields, so I would absorb the fire and nullify the ice. But why not just speed up the process and have some wall rings on, right? One other thing actually that's interesting, I didn't realize. There's something in his script that will allow him to use Aqua Breath and Magnitude 8. I never came across that, so I'm not sure what triggers that, but just know that that's the case, and you should probably be floating to avoid that. There's nothing I can do about Aqua Breath, and that's actually concerning as well, because having flame shields on, I think it actually makes your characters vulnerable to water. So again, that's and again, I'm not really sure exactly what triggers him to use that, but you know, that's pretty dangerous stuff. And here, so Relm drops down. There's a little bit of dialogue here, which I think is kind of funny. She kind of cries, or you know, is disappointed that he won't let her draw his portrait, and then the other characters kind of play it up, right? And I don't know. It's kind of funny, at least, sort of, kind of. But yeah. And Terra gets in on it, and she's like, you know, basically choose him out. If you don't, you know, how can you do this to a child, basically? I'm not cut out for this sort of thing. Uncle Ulti really, really wants you to draw his portrait. Okay. Enough chatter. Relm, get over here. All right, Relm unfortunately starts out in the front row. Not that it really matters, because I think basically any physical attack just annihilates her. So that's a little obnoxious. Here he casts haste and protect on himself, which not the end of the world because we haven't been using physical attacks on him anyway. But definitely slow him back down, I guess. I don't know. I just sketched him, and then he just dies. So I think, honestly, it probably doesn't really matter that much what you do from here. They're slow. And yeah, so just, use slow here just to slow him back down. We don't want to take excess melee damage, right? Because yeah, here we go. Boom! Yeah, and that is brutal. The good old tentacle, the multi-target tentacle, just brutal. So, all right, we'll get Relm back up here, and we'll get on with failing the sketches. I don't know if sketch has a level component. I just assume it does because otherwise, good lord, it's it would be one of the most horrible attacks in the game because it fails so freaking much here. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, I want to say like 5 minutes for me to actually pull that off, which is terrible. So again, I assume that I've never really looked at the sketch, the mechanics behind it, just because I don't particularly like the skill in the first place. I actually do like her control ability; is pretty cool, but that's not going to be until, or we can't use that until the World of Ruin. Which, I guess, we're not that far off. Spoiler alert, I know. But, alright, anyways, yeah, we'll just keep trying to get this sketch going here. Yeah, I went for Protect here as well. I don't know if that actually helped. I think, and by the way, and moved her to the back row. I don't know, though, if, well, I guess we'll see here. I'm not sure if he does another multi-target tentacle here, but I'm defending with Terra now, and I believe, and Strago, right? We're like, all I need to do is sketch this jerk, and it's over, but we're really not having any luck here. Oh, nice. Locke blocked. Stone. Trying to do some stuff on the veldt too, and yeah, it's been going well. We'll put it that way. There's the tentacle. Yeah, look at that. Even with Protect on, she can't take the tentacle. Wow, that sounded really bad. She can't survive a tentacle. Maybe like defending, but I need her to be sketching, so that's not really an option. Miss. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, other than that, boy, not a whole lot. This video actually ended up being a lot of storyline too, and which feels, there it is finally. Good lord, how can this be? I'm just a stupid octopus. Oh no, he's just washed up. Yeah, washed up old octopus. Aw, don't be so hard on yourself, buddy. I think he's still cool. Alright. Yay! I think that line, I think he uses that again later. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he says that later on too. Relm comes equipped with a memento ring. So again, that's her link to Shadow. Let's see here. Wow, she has all kinds of different cool stuff that she can equip. So she can equip some knives. I guess I went with the myth. You know what? It doesn't really matter. None of this stuff. I'm not going to do anything with her, honestly. Not any actual battles. I mean, largely this is kind of pointless. I don't know why I even bothered. Yeah, I mean she could probably equip like the there you go, the ward bangle. Or the Gale hairpin would be all right with her as well. Because again, I'm not going to be using her for anything. Oh, there's. I put it back on Strago. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I probably changed my equipment right before that battle. Probably gave like Terra some like an earring or something to try to boost up her magic. Okay, let's see here. Stop Ultima. Huh. Oh, yeah. All right, so there's 3 holes in the ground here. This bottom one, that's the one that leads to the like how we progress. But we want to grab all the treasures here, so we'll go to the top one first, and we'll grab the treasure out here, which is a chocobo suit. That is a pretty good armor for Relm or Strago. I don't know who else can equip those. Probably Mog would be my guess. I think it's those 3 that can equip that. And yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what is... Oh, by the way, so inside here, inside I paused because I wasn't sure if I wanted to, or like which formations I wanted. This one's fine though. Honestly, any of the formations that are on the inside of the cave here are completely fine. And I actually use this area to level the majority of my characters here in the World of Balance. So no worries there. Outside though, out on the slopes, I avoid all of those encounters. I do not want to fight anything out there. Probably some of them are okay, but I didn't even want to risk it, and so I just don't, I make sure that I'm not getting into any random encounters out there, which I also, I got pretty lucky and that didn't end up happening anyway, so this is probably the biggest video where I didn't have to do like basically any resetting, which was pretty nice. So that's, it's pretty rare that that had happened. And then of course, pretty appropriate that probably this video has that aspect to it, and then the next one is the complete opposite. I think the next one is going to be the floating continent. So lots and lots and lots of resetting there, like a sickening amount of having to reset. So. All right, yeah. The next spot we have to drop down is the right hand side here, and I think that is the tabby suit. So we'll just go out here and up this, up the or across the bridge, I guess, right? Oh, X potion. Okay, my bad. For some reason, I must have missed the tabby suit already. And then we did get that healing rod at the beginning too. I kind of forgot about that, but I don't really like that weapon. It's kind of like a free way to heal, but I don't know. I don't love it. So, all right, what is next here? Oh yeah, we're done. All right, so we'll just drop through the floor here. Bonacon and Adamancry. Smoke bomb. Time to get out of here. Okay. Here I was a little worried that I was going to get into a battle, but boom, no problem. Made it all the way through. All right. So here we are at the end. This is where the espers are hanging out. And Relm gets a little freaked out. The boys jump in. There's not that many. I mean, that doesn't look like that many espers, right? What is that, 6? Oh, okay, that's more. 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, still. 8 doesn't seem like a lot of espers. How many were you expecting? Oh, 9, 10. Oh boy. Okay, now we're getting a little scared. And I suppose we are outnumbered, right? Fair enough. All right, fair enough. Oh, all right. So here comes Yura. Yura, if you recognize him, was one of the espers that we, I guess, interacted with Modwin when we were playing as Modwin. And I think so. Yura kind of describes these espers as being young espers, and that they wanted to help, which is why they came through the gate. Possess the same power we do. The moment we stepped into your world, we lost all control of our powers? Okay. Must be something in your world that dampens your powers. Freed of those rains, your powers ran wild. Wait, what about when Modwin came through the gate way back in the day, right? Because he actually was technically in the... Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems like a plot hole. Also, what about Rama? Did his powers run wild? I mean, I don't know. He seemed like he was a pretty chill old timer. I don't know, guys. All right, so here we're back at Themasia, and trying to patch things up with the espers. Okay, but also, but their powers aren't running wild now. Did they explain why that is? I don't know. Jeez. Yikes. We should be ashamed we thought of you only as a means to wage war. Yeah, that does seem like a kind of a dick thing to do. We must put this all behind us. Okay, work is finally done. It was funny too, because I was thinking about this a little bit earlier. Basically, we call on the espers to help, to try to help take down the Empire, and then the espers come through, wreak havoc, and then the script flips. Then it's us working with the Empire to try to, I guess, calm down the espers. So I don't know. Yeah, kind of I don't know. I thought that was an interesting turn of events. All right, and then Kefka shows up. All right, everything looks good, right? It's going to be a happily ever after. And then, what do you know? Kefka shows up with... And it's funny, too, because these are like... We'll interact with these here in a little bit, but they look like guardians, but, I mean, they are guardians, but they look like just regular, Magitech soldiers. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Or another plot hole, or another, like, what were you guys thinking type of deal. They could have just made them look like, why didn't they look like Biggs and Wedge at the beginning of the game? But with orange armor instead. Because that's what they look like. Oh, and there, boom, Yura gets turned to Magicite, and the rest of these guys do too. So yeah, apparently, in record time, the Empire figured out how to turn espers into Magicite. So that's kind of interesting. So Hamlet has too much boring and not enough burning. Okay. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll admit that. Kefka, no. Shut up. All right. All right, so here he is. We get to play as Leo. I thought that was interesting too at one point there, and I guess I must not have taken footage of it, or maybe I did. Let's just see here. So I actually brought him into one of the shops and just to take a look at his equipment and stuff. I don't know though. Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe right now. Nope. Okay, well, yeah, we're just going running around. We're scared, right? Leo doesn't want to die. Everybody thinks he's so cool, but he's really not. He's pretty terrible. Yeah, can't interact with anybody. Like the random, the normal soldiers are all passed out too. Yeah, so there you are. It's kind of interesting. So there you actually can, I don't know, cruise around. He can wear a mystery veil? Like that's female only. Whoa. There's a big reveal. Huh. What are you trying to tell us there, Leo? General Leo, prepare to meet your end. All right. So yeah, I was trying to mess around here just to see what we could do, but you can't really do anything. I don't know also what happens if you die to like one of the guardians. I assume that's just a game over. But it's been a long time since I've tried that, so. All right. Can't stand around while you commit these atrocities. Well, probably should have just stood around. Here I tried to cheese his equipment too, but you can't. So the crystal sword and the Aegis shield is, which by the way, I think the Aegis shield is one of the best shields in the game. It's no paladin shield, but it's pretty good. So here I just shock him constantly. I hit him with the shocker. Wow, that's it. Very inappropriate. Which I don't know is I mean that hits pretty hard. That's more than like. So Leo is what, level 11? Was it? I mean that's pretty good damage for a level 11. Drain's pretty weak. He does actually avoid a lot of these spells too. Yeah, look at that. Oh, actually, I guess that was a melee attack. that was not a spell. But yeah, and I think that's a lot of that's that shield. Ah, Leo, ever the consummate soldier. All right, where'd he go? Where are you, Kefka? Show yourself. Emperor Gestal, I need you here. Leo, my liege. It was the only way to get the Magicite. Was it? You to take a rest, a very, very long rest. I don't actually understand what was the point of pretending to be Gestal there and then revealing himself. There was just, I mean, whatever. I guess that's Kefka, right? He doesn't always do things that make a whole lot of sense. Dude's nuts. Fair enough. All right, and that is the end of the very briefly played General Leo. What is this? I feel tremendous power. You know what's funny? is that, you know, after all these years, which I guess to be fair, it doesn't make sense plot wise, right? But you know, there's so many rumors floating around that there was a way to get Leo back, right? But you know, in all the times that they've remade this game, it's kind of funny that they've never done that, right? They've never allowed you to get Leo back. And I mean, honestly, there's no reason why they couldn't. Again, aside from the obvious storyline reasons, but they could have very easily, you know, programmed him in. You know, they've got his sprite as, you know, for his combat, and I don't know, it would have been, you know, pretty easy to do. But again, I get it, you know, plot line wise. Okay, fair enough. But all right, so what is going on here? Oh, this is Espers, right? This is the Esper point of view. So they busted through the gate, and yeah, kind of like these other Espers, right? They, you know, wanted to whatever avenge their friends, and then what do you know? Here they come. You all showed up to my party. I wasn't expecting you guys, gals, whatever. I want to turn you down after you came all this way. First, let's neutralize those pesky powers of yours. So apparently this nukes the Guardians as well? I don't really understand that. I guess... I guess maybe... So were those Magitech soldiers? And whatever, because of their... like, right, infused with magic in some fashion, they... whatever he did there neutralized, or I guess technically he killed them, right? At least that's what it looks like. Alright, and we've got... take me on? Fine, here I am. Alright, here's Ifrit's brother. Woof. Yeah, he's equipped with a flame shield. Even I have some of those. That's not tough. I'm not impressed. Come to me, my Magisit pretty. Poof. Alrighty. Did he say what they're warm to the touch? God, that's creepy. What a joke. I didn't know you Espers were such wimps. This isn't even fun. Time to wrap things up. You know, let's wrap it up, buddy. We got places to be. Okay, yeah, that looked like that was a lot. That was like a lot. Alright, so there it is. Proof that General Leo has been slain. People only seem to want power, don't they? Do they really want to be like... What did that say? Like me? I wanted you to teach me so much more. Oh, here's Interceptor. It's a nasty wound. Not only Leo, but Shadow too. Curse the Empire. You're so sweet. There you go. Locke, good with the animals as well. Ladies like that. All right, and here comes the crew. The rest of the crew, I should say. Been had. The Emperor is a liar. It was all a trap. Thanks to King Edgar, we managed to escape before the trap was sprung. Who brought us tea tipped me off to the whole crooked plot. Pleasantries? I, I don't think I ever really thought too much about this, but like, so what was the story here? Did Edgar like seduce some Empire, I don't know, citizen or something? I think that didn't really make that much sense to me. All right, so there, yeah, Leo's dead. I think our strategy. Strago wants to come with. Has abused its power for the last time. We can't allow them to get away with this. I want to go too. Okay. Can have kids getting in our way. Oh boy. Kid's got quite a lip. Indeed. Gonna paint your picture. No, Relm, stop. Not like you stay at home when you're told anyway. Yeah, didn't he say that in the Esper cave to her? Or did he say it's not like you listen anyway? Something like that. I don't know. What's wrong, lover boy? Weirdo. I'm going on ahead, okay? Grow faster than you think. You break a few hearts when you're older, kid. What? I don't... That's just very bizarre dialogue. I don't understand that at all. Alright, anyways. Alright, so I'm gonna save here, and then we're gonna I guess trigger the events that, I guess this automatically happens right when we jump in the airship. Alright, there we go. Imperials were heading for the sealed gate. They said they found some statues or something. It couldn't be. Oh, it could. Pretty sure it is, actually. Oh, those half-witted espers, to think they would open the gate for us themselves. Yeah, it was pretty stupid, actually. The Warring Triad is just beyond that door. I only need to reach out and claim it for my own, and all my dreams will come true. I only need to reach out and claim it for my own. Is that a reference to Lord of the Rings? Because, boy... Yeah, it's where, right? Where Galadriel's, well, I guess this is technically in the movie, right? I don't know if the books were written the same way, but... She says, you know, the ring, what is it? The ring is so close to coming to its master. What is it? The young ranger needs to but reach out his hand and claim the ring for his own. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a Lord of the Rings fan, and I'm just hoping that that's a reference. But it kind of does sound like it. Okay, I forgot about this scene. Okay, yeah. So the that the continent there, where the cave to the sealed gate actually becomes, I believe, the island, right? And that's what's floating around up there because we no longer have access to that area. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that looks really cool. Yeah, look at that. Boy, I wasn't paying attention when I watched this the first time. It's power of the Warring Triad. With this in my majesty, the world will be mine to control. Eee, I don't like the sound of that. Source of all magic, the Warring Triad. Those things, they're said to have turned themselves to stone. Each one's power will be neutralized by the other two. Through ever moved, the power imbalance would destroy the world as we know it. Oh yeah, so there you go. A little creepy foreshadowing there. Okay. There isn't much else for this one, I don't believe. We're pretty much there. I'm going to actually probably just land. So at this point, though, we do have the option to head to the floating continent. Obviously, we've got a lot to do. Well, maybe not a lot to do beforehand, but I did want to prepare a little bit. So I think I just flew over here to the veldt, and I'll probably play around here for a little bit. And actually, we do need to go pick up Mog. So I believe that's going to be the next video. But I'm about out of time for this one. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful. And I hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.